All right, basically I want to continue the part 2 of the vlog, and here are our family. You know, this is our family. They are always here. They are guy and a girl. All right, they are guy and a girl, and we are here. The famous Jožik does not want to. The famous Jožik does not want to stay. You know, the famous Jožik wants to move all the time because it's freezing cold today, right?
It's not freezing, it's just I'm dressed very lightly.
Alright, so now we clear memory space in the memory of the main matrix, right? And now we can do Jožik. Alright. Alright. Here we are. Walking again in this nasty weather.
Yeah, I'm cold and I don't think we're gonna go all the way to the pier. I don't wanna get sick.
Uh-huh. So,
Let's just walk for a couple of minutes and then I can drive another 10 minutes.
yeah, that's right.
Anyways, it's very beautiful today.
Huh?
Look at those buildings. Did you show your audience the buildings?
I show them. I show them the city.
Yeah, and the skyline looks much shorter. It's not as tall as
the skyline is
every
mysterious now.
Boy, it's cold. Anyways, it's just very good for you to move, to walk. We discussed it yesterday, right?
The dynamism.
The dynamism
The
of
dynamism
life,
of your life.
of your body, of your thinking process. What are we discussing today?
I don't know.
Let's
Something
come
be
up
like
with
the
something.
cold, you know, the Wim Hof method. We can discuss the Wim Hof method.
I don't like discussing things I have not much knowledge about.
All right, I have some knowledge on the Wim Hof method, but it doesn't
It's
matter.
gonna
Okay.
be a monologue then, not a dialogue.
All right, famous Jožik will set the tone of the today's.
Ooh,
Uh-huh.
very cold.
Yes.
So, I would really like us to discuss or to
Discussed.
make this survival
The survival plan.
tips video. Yeah, but I need to do a little bit more research about that.
First of all, you should not do the video. You should go and watch like hundreds of videos for survival techniques.
Well, I'm reading a lot of stuff now.
Like, tell us, what did you learn about the survival? What is the most important survival skill when the apocalypse comes?
No, it's not apocalypse. I was reading about the war and what to do if the war hits.
Uh-huh.
What should be your first steps? What should you take care about? What kind of supplies you need to...
Okay, that's interesting. Let's hear that.
Yeah. So, speaking about the location, it's a common sense, thing that you have to get out of further away from strategically important war zones. Like if you live next to a military base, just get out of there immediately.
Uh-huh.
If you live like next to a port or something like that,
Get out of there.
get out. Yes, and go further into rural areas, so maybe woody areas.
Go in the woods, basically.
Woods, something like, I don't know, towns that are not strategically important to war parties
For the conquer.
and for the military
For the
actions.
conquerors.
Then what I've learned from that interesting manual was supplies. So make sure you have enough clean water, because like during the war all these pipes can be destroyed, and there's if you rely on your tap water or whatever, do not rely. Make
Whatever
sure
you
you
buy
have
from the grocery, you have to
bottled water. Should
10
be
exit
there.
or 100
Yes.
exit.
Canned food and
Canned food for the
hygiene.
cat too.
And yes, food for the cats if you have cats, and hygiene products, toothbrush, toothpaste.
And how about
shampoo,
medical supplies?
feminine products, medical supplies are, something else. It's not hygiene. And yes.
And I
what
think the
else?
medical kit is very important.
Very important. And then
Knife, like hammer, like kind of a multi-tool.
yeah, and also you should get better in hunting and fishing.
And a Honda generator, a gasoline generator, or
It's too much stuff, no? It depends on the vehicle you are traveling.
yeah,
in.
we have the vehicle. It's called Brinks, the Brinks X cash machine.
Yeah, right.
It's like waterproof, Yožik-proof, bulletproof.
Bulletproof, zombie-proof. Yes, I don't think it's nuclear proof though.
It is better than the average
Vehicle.
Cadillac Escalade. It's a lot better than
Obviously.
Cadillac Escalade. Trust me on that.
So yeah, and I just started doing my research, and then it said, the book said that you have to maintain your morale, your
Morale?
yes, your
Moral or
emotional.
morale?
Doesn't matter. This is the matter of pronunciation. You have to maintain your emotional health. You have to not
Freak out.
freak out and be depressed because it's
The end of the world.
it's the end of you pretty much.
The end of
So
you.
yeah, and that's
It's
why
not the end of the world, it's the end of you.
exactly. So that's why I decided to learn how to
Survive.
fish. No, because it's important. I'm not sure I'll be able to. Oh gosh, to
You are
hunt
the
and
best
to kill
fisherman.
innocent animals. Squirrels and bears
You-
and all that stuff.
With every step you walk, you become better and better fisherman. The
So, yeah.
more steps you do on the sidewalk of this river, the better fisherman you become.
Right.
The more steps you do,
So we
the
have
more
one fisherman
confidence
in
you
the
grow in
family.
your fisherman abilities. You are growing powerful fishing skills. Now you are a
you.
fisherman.
I am. I am the best fisherman.
You are the best fisherman. You love to fish. You love your
I
job.
love to fish.
You love your job as a fisherman. It is such an exciting and thrilling opportunity to catch the fish with your own hands. Wow, that is amazing. And then you can cook the fish.
Right.
By
I
yourself.
can cook fish.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, but I cannot catch it.
Didn't we say that you are an excellent fisherman?
Okay.
Famous
you are
Jožek,
an
come
excellent-
on.
You are an excellent fisherman.
Come on, Jožek.
You
Say,
are
I
catching
am,
fish,
I
not
love
me.
fishing. We go to Kensico Reservoir to fish every Sunday. We have a boat, we have a yacht, we have this, we
Oh,
have that.
sometimes we do, but now
have the
when
grill.
it's too cold, we don't really fish.
Yeah, now the fish is in protest.
Yeah, it just sleeps and it doesn't want our
Attention.
food. Yes, but I don't want to give any advice to audience about survival because I
You
know
can barely survive yourself.
0.5% of what
You can
I
barely
know.
survive yourself.
Yeah, in the wild.
The famous Jožek need protection,
Absolutely.
okay? Guys, if you see the famous Jožek needs protection, okay? Protect the Jožek. I'm saying that the famous Jožek needs protection.
Protection.
It's a very fragile famous Jožek, okay?
And you're my protector, right?
I am your protector.
Oh, we reached
We've reached the...
the metal steel pier, and I thought
What is that?
I thought that our walk would be a little shorter than usual because of the weather
But
conditions.
today the weather is amazingly not so shiny, bright, and
It's
skyishly.
beautiful. It's just a little windy, and it's not that cold. It's just the wind.
It is cold.
No, it's like 9 degrees Celsius.
Celsius. Celsius.
Okay, what do you think about survival? Do you know
Well,
any?
I have a
you know,
theory,
useful-
kind of, you know. I have a theory that it's like very simple. If this thing hits, if shit hits the fan, and everybody starts running around
Okay.
and start getting chaos and stuff, the really strong will survive. Not physically, but mentally and spiritually.
Yes.
Those people will survive. I believe that in that kind of situation, no matter of the status right now in this society, no matter of what kind of status you are now, maybe you're an engineer, maybe you're a Bitcoin billionaire, maybe you're a plumber, maybe you are just a housewife, maybe it doesn't matter your status in that society.
Uh-huh.
Now, if these things happen, if shit hits the fan, apocalypses come, then another type of qualities will emerge in the human nature. Those that are really, really strong, they will survive and they will flourish. Most of them will become leaders of the new society.
Right.
Maybe from a plumber you can become the leader of the group. Maybe from a housewife you can become the leader of the group.
Yeah, so basically your financial situation
Yeah.
wouldn't matter.
That is
anymore.
correct. Maybe the CEO of that great company will be a follower. We don't
Or a
know.
farmer.
Or a farmer. We don't know. But I'm saying a different sets of skills and character will be necessary to survive in the new world order and environment, right? So that's what I think, you know. I would say you have to be a tough character to survive, you know. You cannot bend over like minor stuff, you know, because they will be coming every second, you know. The bear will be around the corner. The falling wall will be around the corner. The ceiling will be falling all the time. The weather will be hitting you with unexpected frozen, you know, everything will be shit. It will be like a real shit after shit after shit. So it's gonna be tough. And those with meek characters, well, they have to, you know, they have to abandon the ship. They have to jump in the river, kill themselves. A lot of people will kill themselves right away, you know.
That's how you see it.
Yeah, the will to survive is very strong, but in this
I was
society,
about to say that when it comes to, sorry to interrupt you,
yeah,
when it comes to survival, like people change,
well,
and not necessarily in a good way, but sometimes they just these qualities that were always dormant suddenly, yes,
awaken the giant within.
rise. And people become, you know, monsters, so people become superheroes.
That's right.
Anyways, yeah, continue. I like your
Train of thought.
thinking process. I like your thoughts about survival skills and
Well, definitely there will be new type of surviving skills necessary. You know, it's not gonna be what it takes now to flourish in this kind of prosperous society. You know, it will be like just the opposite. The society will be no longer prosperous, it will be a miserable, and then, you know, I would say more like a primitive,
like tribes.
like a tribal type of skills will be necessary. You know, what are the tribal type of skills?
Hunting,
Hunting, fishing, fighting, leadership, art, singing, entertaining, you know, because the tribe will need all these, you know, like the little tribes, the new groups will need this kind of people, you know. They will need the leaders, they will need the entertainers, they will need a singer who can actually sing with his voice, not with the iTunes or tune box or whatever it is, right? So yeah, I guess
So what do you think, what are top 3 skills for surviving the apocalypse or war or nuclear attack or alien attack? Just give me 3
I think
most important skills.
the most important, I think on the top, I think it would be flexibility of thinking.
Okay, this is number 1.
That I think because now let's justify, because the life will be random, like a super random. It will be not organized and proper like we have now. So those who does not change their mind, those who does not change their mind fast and faster and faster and faster, they will not survive. So skill number 1 should be flexibility of your thought, flexibility of your and even your character, you know. You will be put in such an awkward situation. You cannot imagine now these situations, right? Because you know, we are like robots basically. Go to our job, do the thing, push the button, send the email.
We have routine.
Yeah, we have the routine.
Predictability.
Yeah, all this will fall apart. It will be, people will actually, all the that would be like the funny, that would be like the spiritual awakening of the whole world, when everybody gets into the now moment, you know, like
pretty much.
like Eckhart Tolle was talking about. Now, not just one
You're
or two.
deviating from top 3, and it's like really difficult to grasp. What are you trying to say? Yeah, so number 1 is flexibility of mind.
Well, now this is
Number
connected.
2.
Number 2, it's called agility, you know, because now when everybody jumped from the robotic society, automated matrix so-called, you know, everybody will jump into the now moment. Everybody has to be alert all the time, like 99%. When you even go to sleep, you will need to wake up in a second, you know, because you don't know what kind of enemy it will be. So now everybody will be alert at all time, and that is a lot of stress on the mind. The mind that so far was sleeping dormant,
Relax.
pushing the buttons, going to drive the Uber, get the next customer or send the next email or talk to the next, whatever the matrix dictates, right? Automated society. But now, because you will be alert all the time, it will take a lot of mental agility to survive.
Focus, attention.
To focus attention, not to literally crash, because you know, the mainframe will put so much stress on each little individual unit, and if they don't have the mental agility to survive, that will result in kind of a suicide. You know, some people will be like, okay, the world goes to shit, let me die before it's ended.
Oh,
you know,
hopefully not.
a lot of people will be like this. Millions will take that route, I believe so. Millions will end up their life willingly because they could not take the stress. They will have no mental agility to take this tremendous stress on them, you know. That's number 2. Number 3, well, number 3, I believe it will be the
Physical shape, don't you think?
No, these are not important stuff. No, these are not important
So
stuff.
if you are obese or you're
They will come
very
out
weak and disabled.
No, these things will come automatically. From obese, you will be like a super athlete. You will be forced to become. I'm talking about things you cannot make automatically. You know, your body will adjust, but your mind will not. So the number 3 surviving skill, I believe, it will be like the power of your spiritual element to stay sane. You know, like that would be, put simply said, the number 3 parameter, the most important for survival, will be to keep your humanity in your side of yourself, you know, to not to become to the animal level due to circumstances, but to stay human. That would be, maybe we should move this to a number one priority, you know, for survival.
Okay, but we are not speaking about them in the matter, you know, in the order of
All right, so that is
priority.
number one, flexibility of your thoughts, mind. Number two,
Agility. It was.
agility of your mind. And number three, keep your humanity so you don't turn into an animal quickly.
So you
I-
think that these three?
I would say like 85% will turn into animals. No, 95% of the
Maybe.
people will turn into animals instantaneously. That's what I think. It's my personal opinion. I don't know.
It's like calling certain individuals animals is offensive to animals. That's what I've always believed.
Well, there's
I know what you mean. However, they
there's
become
bunch of
monsters.
books. There's bunch of books that actually understand that the human animal. We are, you know, there's a variety of books that can enlighten you that the human is just another animal. It's called the
Okay.
human animal. But we don't want to go there. We want to be like the human. We don't want to be the human animal.